right, we're at the Canyon Overlook Trailhead, but that is not where we are headed. We are headed that way towards Bridge Mountain Arch, or Crawford Arch as it's called, probably the most elusive and obscure arch in Zion. Very exciting. If we got the energy, we're gonna summit G2 as well, so here we go. All right, we just scrambled up the dry fall. We're now in Gifford Watch. We will be in this wash for maybe 3/4 of a mile or so. And then we got one of the harder ascents of the day. You got it, Gav? You beat that? Can't beat the default. All right, little dry fall here. We're gonna be exiting the wash here in a moment. Just starting a really big climb. First of many today. All right, first of our big climbs here. Very steep, but luckily tons of good ledge systems here to follow. So we'll try to keep this, you know, not too steep yet. Yeah, this is gonna be a burner. So once you get out of that climb, you come to this big wall here. You're just gonna follow this up. Almost done with this first climb. There it is, Crawford Arch. Just kidding. Starting to get some great views. Sun peeking up. It's warming up quick. All right, some flat ground. Flat-ish, I should say. But we are out of Gifford Canyon. Boys did good. That was a tough climb out. Now we're gonna snake our way around. There's a massive slick bowl just around the corner here. We're gonna navigate to the right of that. Then we get to climb up again. So as you come in, look for this big white rock structure here. It has some nice ledges for steps. That'll be your exit as you continue up to the slick rock bowl. And this big beautiful dead tree there. Good waypoint. All right, we have emerged into this massive slick bowl, which is super cool. What's nice about this one is these ledges create just like a little walkway for you. And you see some cairns here. So we're gonna snake around and then back up through. So won't be as steep as what we did. So see how it goes. So we're actually supposed to kind of bend around this rock. The boys opted for a steeper shortcut, so who am I to say no? Emerging from their shortcut. Was it worth it? We'll find out in a moment. We've emerged from the shortcut with beautiful views. I think that's Destination Peak there. You can see West Temple. This one there is Hepworth. I'm not 100%. That's the one that I've climbed before. So I should know, but I guess it's been a couple years. But we're gonna descend. We're gonna kind of zigzag. There's a ledge, little ramp that takes down Destination, and we'll get into the canyon down there. So making our way. So it's obviously tempting to want to just cut down through there as a shortcut, but I believe there's a dry fall there and a big drop off. So mitigate your risk whenever you can, and we'll take the long way around here and just enjoy the scenery. So all this stuff, cryptobiotic soil, so you don't want to step on that. That's actually alive. It's great for the desert ecosystem, so hopefully Gav will avoid it. So Gav, avoid the cryptobiotic crust. You see all those? Don't step on that.
Am I not supposed to?
Yep, you're good. Straight to jail. All right, deep in the canyon here now. Just got to navigate these ledges, and hopefully no big pools of water or anything. One of the first highlights, this thing called the Notch, is super cool. Just goes the whole way back there. There's Gav standing in there, posing for the shot. That is awesome. Already gets back a good 20 yards or so. Wow, this is super cool. Super cool. This is crazy, just keeps closing in and closing in. Absolutely wild. Light is just peeking through, which is nice because it would be very dark in here. That is cool. Very cool. All right, leaving the Notch. So awesome. Definitely worth the 15-yard detour off the trail. Just look for it, it'll be on your left-hand side. There's another huge crack on the opposite side, but there's a ton of brush there. So this one's a little easier to get to. You just gotta move a couple bushes aside, but now we emerge.
That?
Nope, bend over to the right here. Coming through the wash. We'll soon be at Hepworth Wash up here. We'll bend a right around the corner and keep making our way. This is very easy walking. Very pretty, it's nice and shaded. It's definitely starting to warm up already, so. But it's a beautiful day. Boys are doing great. So you will leave the wash when you see this big dead tree here. And we're gonna make our way over to Hepworth. The marshlands, they call them. Hasn't had too much moisture here the last month, but hopefully we'll be okay without it being too squishy. Absolutely beautiful views now as you make your way through Hepworth Wash. It's gorgeous stuff here. Still easy walking. We got a couple tough climbs left, but we'll take this break while we can. So that is Hepworth Arch there. Not much of an arch, but kinda. Big indent. Will be an arch one day, I guess. But yeah, almost at the end of where we will turn out of here and head toward one of those notches over there. It's hard to tell yet, but yeah, the marshlands, or they're called, have been very tame so far. So this was a good time of year to do this. Oh, we got some bones here. You see that? Oh, yuck. That's might be in a mountain lion's territory here. What do you think, boys?
Hey, yo, wait, is that
At least we
deer?
got all these pine cones that protect us.
Leg.
Coming up and out of Hepworth. Beautiful view of the East Temple. So this is kind of looking back down the marshlands we were in that weren't too bad at all. Not wet at least, so we gotta make our way up and over this little ridge and get to our notch to climb through. All right, we are almost to the notch. Just start our chimney climb. This is the notch we gotta get to. All right, we made it to the top of the notch. Wow, we're gonna have some nice views looking out over the canyon here in a second. How's it look, bud? Pretty cool? Wow.
Wait a minute.
Pretty sweet, guys. Look at that. So this is a wild descent after the notch. Just a ton of brush and fallen trees. But making our way down, and hopefully we'll see our exit up the chimney and around Bridge Mountain. You're good. Good job, boys.
That's scary.
Yep. Well, that's not a bad view, huh? Wow. There's the road way down there. All right, we made it to the famous chimney section. As famous as it could be, seeing as it's so unknown, really. But yeah, there is a rope here, which is nice. I'm gonna get myself up there and come back down and belay the boys up. So here we go. There's Gunner near the top of the chimney.
Whoa.
He's almost there. Good job, buddy. This is a climb. This is a climb. Good job, bud. Let's watch your head. Whew. Whew. We are up here. Beautiful views of the canyon. Whew. Still got a little ways to climb. I got you. Yeah, you can go either way. Man, what a view. West Temple coming into view. Wow, this is awesome. Beautiful views all around us. Maybe a cairn, it's hard to say. Wow, I can start to see Springdale. There's Mount Keenesaba to the left of West Temple. We climbed that earlier in the week. That was also a great off-trail. Whew. Walking through a little desert oasis here as we wrap around to the arch. Not really sure what rock formations are up there, but that would probably be a sick view into the main canyon. Maybe we'll scramble it after. And just what a view. This is awesome. We just gotta wrap around a little bit here. We're almost there.
Wait, that's 150 feet long.
There it is. Can only see part of it now, but we'll get a better view in a second here. Well, better view of the arch, I should say. Gav's chilling up there.
What about?
We're underneath. What's up, Gunner? Pretty cool. Here it is. Bridge Mountain Arch, Crawford Arch. Springdale down below. What a view. Alright, one last look at Crawford Arch here. What'd you think, Gav? Yeah, worth it? Come down lower now. Good job, bud. Yep. Nice. All right, good stuff, boys. Whew, that was a lot of work. All right, so we just came out of the notch, and that was hands down the worst part. Oh my goodness, just fallen trees, debris, sand, loose rocks. It was rough, but the boys did it. And we're making our way back to Hepworth Wash, and then we'll be, start our trek back. We had big plans of doing G2 today, but we're gonna save that for another day. Check in with you soon. Wow, that might be the biggest herd I've ever seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
What about
That
that
is
other
awesome.
One that's not in...
Little
20.
babies all over the place too.
There's like 22.
Super cool. Got a little blister, so time to go barefoot in the sand for a little bit till we get back to the slick rock.
That was a long day.
Yep. Still got 2.5 miles left, but...
Uh-huh. But we're ready to eat.
Oh man, coming up by the saddle destination was very rough. But we are all downhill now. Boys did amazing today. So proud of them. Love you, boys. They can't say it back, but I hope they did.
I said it.
Did you? All right. Oh, this is beautiful though. Look how far you can see. How beautiful is that? Those colors, it's unbelievable. This might be one of my favorite spots. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Made it back into Gifford Wash. Flat ground feels amazing. It's about 3/4 of a mile, half a mile back to the car. And Gunner caught the barefoot fever. Feels great in the cold sand. Almost out of here. My favorite part of the hike.
Putting their shoes on after walking bare feet.
Mine smells so bad.
Yeah, they probably do.
I lost a sock.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
What can you do about it?
At the end of the wash, just gotta scramble down the dry fall and go home. All right, we made it back to the car. Woo. That was a rough one. So clocked in at 11 miles, 3,200 feet of elevation gain. And what made this one really hard was just the climbs. You'd go up and over, then back down, and up and over, back down. But it was awesome, required some technical rock climbing. The boys did great. We're gonna go get some cold drinks and some food. All right, see you guys next time.